I'm standing next to one of those bits of kit that people recognise from World War II, the Irving flying jacket, worn by all fighter pilots, all bomber crews, all air crew in World War II. We've got a selection of stuff on the table, a drawing of a very handsome lad here. And what I need you to do now is tell me who he is.
Well, that's my dad, and he joined the RAF in 1942 and went to Canada to train as a pilot. He came back in 1944 and got a commission, and in March 45 the War Office needed glider pilots. He ended up flying a Hamilcar glider.
Okay, now just so that we can understand that. Now, a Hamilcar glider, they're made out of balsa wood and plywood. However, they are absolutely enormous because you can carry a tank in them. Now, Operation Varsity is part of a bigger operation called Operation Plunder, and this was the last ditch, really, at the end of the war, where we have to cross the Rhine, and then we're into Germany. Troops are going to go across the river, but gliders and paratroopers are going to be sent over the river, and they're going to land on the other side. Now, that's what your dad's doing. So he's in one of those huge gliders, he's carrying a tank. What happened to him?
He was hit by gunfire when they were coming in, and hit the glider, and shrapnel went into his leg, but he managed to land the glider in a field at such a rate that the tank flew out the front of the glider into a ditch, and then enemy gunfire started to hit the cockpit, and my dad then found himself in the ditch with the other soldiers.
He managed to get out. Wow. So we're there now, we're in the ditch.
Yes.
Dad's wounded. What happened to him then?
The Americans came by, and he was taken to a first aid station, and then he was flown back to Britain and was still in hospital at the end of the war.
He's awarded the Distinguished Flying Cross. That's actually 2 away for the Royal Air Force from the Victoria Cross.
Yes.
We can see it mentioned in his logbook here, DFC. He's actually in action for 3 hours and 30 minutes in the air, and he's in a ditch.
Yes.
Let's be kind, probably an hour, and then he's away.
Yes.
So his whole war, not denigrating this in any way, but bless him, his whole war is about 4 hours.
Yes.
He wins one of the highest awards the Royal Air Force can get, and that comes through the post to him. We have a little letter here saying, "From the King, I now send to you with my congratulations and my best wishes for your future."
He was always disappointed that he didn't go to Buckingham Palace, but like many other people in the war, this was how they received their medals.
Yeah.
But he mentioned it so often that eventually, many years later, the Secretary of State for Scotland heard of Dad's story and arranged for him to be invited to Holyrood Palace in 2005 to meet the Queen. And my dad said to her, "Do you know your dad sent me my medal through the post?" And my mum was horrified and said, "You should have called her Her Majesty."
That is just magical. Do you know what? Her Majesty would have been very pleased.
She was,
with that because she understands what these lads went through. You've got a great collection of things left from your dad, and to have this, it's always hard to find somebody who actually went. This was actually there in that glider that day, and just to be able to touch that, I'm there, crossing the Rhine, it's fantastic. It's actually worth quite a reasonable sum of money. Your DFC and your logbook and your lovely jacket are worth £5,000.
Eh?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Really? You didn't know
I
that?
had no idea.
Absolutely.
No.
And that would be something that people would pay for this all day long, because that is a fantastic story.